Coming up next, boys high school basketball on your sports leader in Lorain, WLCS TV 20.
Well, hi again, everybody, and welcome to a very special sports presentation on WLCS TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television. Tonight, we may have the game that everybody in the state of Ohio is talking about.
Yep.
It's Lake Erie League Boys High School Basketball, as the unbeaten 3-0 Cleveland Heights Tigers have come into Lorain High to take on the unbeaten Titans from Lorain, who are 2-0 on the season. Glad you've dialed in on WLCS TV 20. Bob, this has the makings of a great matchup here in the Titan gym.
Tim, I just want to say my pleasure to work with you. Hey, I'll tell you what, you're going to see a different Lorain High team out here tonight. You know, we've seen a lot of half-court basketball in the last couple of seasons. You're not going to see that anymore. Coach Rossitano, Coach Gillum, they sat down after last season, talked about what kind of personnel they had. Good quickness, good length, good speed. Said, look, we're going to crank it up a notch. They're pressing full court from the get-go. They have a man on the ball. They're trapping the first pass. They're in the passing lanes off of that. They're fronting and denying, entry passes. In the half court, they're very aggressive also. I mean, this is a different style of ball for Lorain High. We haven't seen this really in a long time. And they're really looking to score in transition. Now, I think the key to this game is Cleveland Heights is going to play 2 and 3 freshmen. Now, one of the freshmen is their point guard. I mean, he's 5'8", he's supposed to be super. I just think, after doing this for 35 years or so, that the pressure that Lorain High will apply on Cleveland Heights will take its toll, and the team that scores most off of turnovers will win. I followed Lorain High in the preseason, Tim. Saw them play defending St. Champ St. Ed's. Both coaches played it game conditions. St. Ed's had to hit a 3 to tie it after 4. This is a good Lorain High team. They've got everything. They've got good size, a lot of athleticism. They run well. They're well disciplined. They're good kids. They have all the ingredients. This is going to be one of the best Lorain seasons that we've had in a long time.
Well, you mentioned,
guarantee it.
You mentioned the 3 freshmen for Cleveland Heights, and of course on the Lorain side of the ledger, you've got one of the best seniors in the state of Ohio in Devon Andrews. This year he gets to play for a full season here at Lorain High. Young man heading to Kent State University on a basketball scholarship. You've been around a lot of high school basketball players. How special is Devon Andrews?
Devon is special. He really is. Sometimes he runs out of gas, but Coach Rossitano and Coach Gillum have it timed up. They get him out, get him a blow, put him back in. To play the way that Lorain High plays, you have to have numbers. And you will see that when the coaching staff goes to the bench, there will not be a major drop-off. In fact, during some quarters that I watched in the preseason, the second bunch looked better than the first. And that's the kind of team you have to play the way that they're going to play this year. Full court, denial, pressure, run, stun, transition. You need numbers, and Lorain High has them.
Tell you what, we're excited about this one tonight. It's going to be a great high school basketball game. Sit back, relax, and enjoy it as we bring you Cleveland Heights and Lorain. We'll bring you those starting lineups in the opening tip from the Titan Gym here at Lorain High School. Following this on WLCS TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television.
Stop texting and driving. If not for you, for me.
And we welcome you back to Lorain, Tim Alcorn, as we get set to bring you this one. We think it's going to be a great high school basketball game. Cleveland Heights at 3-0 against Lorain High at 2-0. And we're just about set to get it started. Rashad Berry in the center circle for Lorain High. Rashad kind of jumped early, but hey, Lorain will take it, and they win the tip, and they've got the basketball. As Bohannon on the weave to Eddie Williamson. Dumps it behind him. Davier Andrews into the lane. Nope.
Yes.
Rebound put back up and in by Rashad Berry.
Well, let's see if Lorain High can pressure.
Bob, we were talking 3 ninth graders in that starting lineup for Cleveland Heights.
Tim, I have never seen anything like it, and especially at a place like Cleveland Heights, where you'd assume there'd be, 2 or 3 really good players in every class.
Off the miss from Cleveland Heights. Alley-oop and the slam by Rashad Berry. Oh, what a feed and what an assist as Berry with the slam dunk makes it 4-0.
All right.
There's a foul on the Titans. That one's whistled on Devon Andrews. That's his first. And now Lorain High with a turnover. Bohannon hook shot, a beauty.
Pressure forces Cleveland Heights to take a TO early.
54 seconds off the clock here at Lorain High, and the Titans have jumped out to a 6-0 lead. Boy, the pressure defense from Lorain High, Bob.
Tim, I really think not just in this game, but I think all year long, full court pressure, the way they're doing it. I mean, they're fronting and denying inbounds passes. They have a man on the ball. Usually when teams press, they keep the center fielder, to play it a little bit safer. I mean, this is really a run and stun kind of, Cleveland State a la Kevin Mackey kind of full court pressure. And it's going to look ugly at times, but it's going to get better and better and better as the season unfolds. One of the great things about it is your opponent can't duplicate it in practice. There's another turnover.
There's another turnover on the inbounds. Devon Andrews underneath the Bohannon.
Pressure.
Wow. 8-0 Lorain High. Boy, an early blitzkrieg by the Titans. And there's a blocked shot. Oh, what a play by Rashad Berry. Although the ball goes back to Cleveland Heights at the half-court line, and driving and scoring is Tyreek Smith. First 2 of the game, but quickly Lorain at the other end, and there's the second dunk of the night, Devon Andrews, as he hammers that one home.
Well, we talked about the other part of the new game is transition baskets, and you've seen a quick break, quick return after Maids right there.
We played a minute and a half. Lorain out to a 10-2 lead, and 4 of those points have come on the slam dunk. You're going to see some exciting Titan basketball this year.
Cleveland Heights is out of their comfort zone. That's what pressure does.
Mike Pettit with the miss for Cleveland Heights. Ball belongs to Lorain High.
I mean, they were struggling running their offense that last possession. Now they're picking up. It's a little full court. I mean, but it's not a full court. It's not a press per se. They're just containing the basketball.
Devon Andrews up the right side, and he stepped on the sideline.
Come on, Devon.
We're just underway here at Lorain. What a start for the Titans as they look to go to 3-0 on the year. 10-2, they're up on Cleveland Heights. 4 points for Bohannon, 4 for Rashad Berry, and a bucket for Devon Andrews.
Oh, you got to stop the basketball right there.
Although the shot was missed by Pettit, and now Lorain High quickly to the other end. Fouled was Eddie Williamson.
I mean, just watching Cleveland Heights in the warm-ups and so forth, they're very quick, obviously. All of their shots look pretty good. Didn't see any broken shots. Just watched them handling the basketball. I was pretty impressed. I mean, I'm still amazed that there are 3 freshmen on the floor. And they've had a good win. I mean, they beat Canton McKinley. And beating Canton McKinley is always a good win.
That's no small feat.
Maple has a nice ball club. They beat them by 5. Freshmen being their leading scorers in that game.
Jamar Ross now in the game for Lorain High. Gives it to Bohannon. Off on the right wing to Davier Andrews. And then the pass out front is out of bounds, and it went off Eddie Williamson. So Devon Andrews gets the early break. 5.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play as Jamar Ross has checked in, and
there
now on the inbounds. Ooh, a whistle.
A late whistle at that.
As Yahil Ill was fouled on the play. Again, Yahil Ill is one of 3 freshman starters for this Cleveland Heights team. Talk about baptism under fire.
Yeah, this is it. You see, again, I talked to Coach Rossitano before the game. Another almost turnover.
As Kevin Davis now in the game for Lorain High, almost had the steal. Shot missed at the other end there. Out of there with it comes Davier Andrews. Left wing jumper, nope. Rebound grab by the Tigers. They want to run as well. Quickly down the floor and driving and scoring.
Okay, Eddie's got to get back, and if Eddie's taking it to the basket, somebody else has to recognize the situation to be designated to get back. You can't give up those easy transition baskets.
Lorain with the ball, leading by 6. Davier Andrews in the lane to Bohannon. Turns, shoots, nope. Rebound saved in, bounces around. Out of there with it come the Titans. Bohannon is hammered as he went up with the shot. Boy, Naz Bohannon, such a physical specimen. You look at that young man, Bob, it's hard to believe he's only a sophomore.
He's just a sophomore. I mean, there are 2 physical specimens out there for Lorain High. Barry's pretty good too. I mean, but I think Bohannon is really the glue, the major piece that holds this team together. He's not a mistake player. He's always under control. Almost always makes the right decisions, right choices, plays hard. He's much improved. I noticed that in the preseason over last year. I mean, he's a good player, and he's almost 6'5".
Here's Anthony Smothers now in the game for Lorain High.
Well, so that's 6'7" coming in the game.
Utilizing that bench. Anthony Smothers, 6'7" junior. 12-4 Titans. They're up by 8. Just over 4.5 to go here in the first. There's Bohannon on the defensive end, affecting a shot. Naz comes out of there with it, flips it down the floor to Jamar Ross. Ross now out front. And the pass down low is deflected. Out of there with it comes Smith for Cleveland Heights. Boy, end to end, this will not be a slow down game tonight. The officials will get a workout as getting an easy bucket is Mike Pettit.
Well,
Cleveland Heights seems to have weathered the storm a little bit.
Right.
It's now 12-6.
We didn't sort them out. We didn't pick up. We've got some new guys in the game who didn't recognize who they were guarding, and then down at the other end. You can't, against a good, quick defensive team like Cleveland Heights, you're not going to get what you want after 1 or 2 passes. Run your offense, make 5 or 6 passes, spread the floor, you get what you want. We've had 2 turnovers on forced passes. Be more patient.
12-6, Lorain by 6. We're halfway through the opening quarter here at Lorain High. Glad to have you with us on WLCS TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television. Nice drive and score by Hill, the freshman now with 4 points.
Well, that's the second time. Devon Andrews, you have to stop the basketball.
12-8. Lorain High's lead is trimmed to 4. Devon back in the ball game. Andrews run of the lane, in the lane, scooped it and scored. Devon now with 4 points.
Another steal.
And there's a steal, that Titan pressure defense. Andrews in the lane, put it up, no, but Devon fouled. 3:31 to go in the quarter. Devon shooting 2.
Well, our best offense in this game thus far was what we talked about in the open. Forcing turnovers, scoring off of our turnovers that we're forcing in with our full court pressure. Cleveland Heights is really struggling with it.
As Devon hits the first. Andrews now with a 5-point first quarter. Naz Bohannon with 6 for Lorain High. Bob, it's like peaches and herb. I'm reunited with Joe Bach.
I always like to work with Joe Bach.
Well, somebody has to enjoy it. 15-8. Lorain with a 7-point lead. Here comes Cleveland Heights. Run of the lane with the basketball is Pettit. Now they throw it out front. Get it down low. Shot put up, no good. Rebound grab. Lorain High by Anthony Smothers, but then he lost it in the foul line shot right there by Pettit. 15-10. Lorain by 5 as they head to the other end. Shane Smith now in for the Titans. And John Rossitano has gone deep into that bench here in the first quarter.
When you play the way they want to play, you have to sub.
Yeah, if you're going 84 feet, end to end, possession by possession, you've got to have fresh bodies. Andrews right down the lane, dumps it underneath. Nice dish. The shot is up and in.
That's the game today. Penetrate.
that was
Draw
Smothers.
help, make the next pass.
Anthony Smothers
That's
makes
us.
it 17-10. And now a turnover by Cleveland Heights. Javier Andrews checks back in for Lorain High, and for Cleveland Heights, there's Tyreek Smith back in. Titans by 7 with 2:31 to go here in the first quarter. Hey, at the half, you're going to want to stay with us. Of course, the Lorain Titan football team this fall had a great season. Went to the playoffs under first-year head coach Dave McFarland. A lot of football honors and awards will be given out at the half.
Yes.
Right down the lane, up with the left hand, missing the shot. But the rebound put back up and in by Devon Andrews.
Well, Lorain High's just changed defenses. They've gone to this little 1-3-1 trap they like to run. That's the second time we've had a rebound taken away from behind. Fellas.
And now in the lane, Tyreek Smith was fouled by Lorain High.
Come on now, this is big boy basketball.
Foul was on Rashad Berry. And for Rashad, that is his first. Lorain now with 3 team fouls. 19-10 Titans with the lead. Well, they've gotten off to a good start. This is their home opener, of course. Played 2 games on the road against Newark and Shaw. And a good-sized crowd here at the Titan Gym tonight.
That Newark win was a good one. Newark's one of the best teams in Central Ohio. You know, and Lorain High was up, 8, 10, 12 that whole game until the final minute and a half or 2 minutes, and they took the heat off, tried to contain the basketball. Newark hit a couple of threes, and that made the score look a lot closer than it really was.
Lorain with the ball and a 9-point lead. Eddie Williamson feeds it out front to Devon Andrews, hands it off to his younger brother Davier. In the middle to Eddie Williamson. Now down on the baseline, Devon Andrews with the jumper, skimmed off the rim, no, tipped up, no, tipped again, no. Devon grabs it, drives and scores. And Devon Andrews now with a 7-point first quarter. 21-10 Titans. And at the other end, we'll have a kick called on Lorain High. Bob, every team is unique. They kind of have their own identity. As this season evolves, what do you think will be the identity of this Lorain team?
Defense, full court pressure, transition baskets. It's never going to be a team that, lights it up from the perimeter, a great perimeter shooting team, but it's going to be a team that, gets a lot of stickbacks, as we've seen, I believe, 3 here so far, scores off their defense, runs in transition, and really, it's the right way to play given the kind of players that we have. I mean, I just...
Oh, another alley-oop.
Wow.
Davier feeding Rashad Berry.
But I just think that Coach Gillum and Coach Rossitano, there's another turnover. Ouch.
But they give it right back. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. And that bucket by Cleveland Heights will be taken away.
It's going to be some sort of a push or offensive foul on number 30 for Heights, I believe. But, I mean, it's just the right style of play given our players. And it's going to get better as the season unfolds. I mean, because this is a new thing for them. They do it surprisingly well. Cleveland Heights picking up full court. Now, and I like what we do against full court pressure. Cleveland Heights going to trap the first pass. Then we're going to play, they're not going to trap it. We're going to play 2-on-1 off of that trap, get the big guys out of the road, stretch the defense.
And we're going to have a foul called out front. And that one is on Leland Eddy, junior in the ball game, picks up his first. Cleveland Heights already at 5 team fouls. Lorain with the ball, leading by 13. Down the lane, Devon scoops, no, but he got fouled.
Tim, we have very good spacing, and it opens up the floor for what guys like Devon do best, and that is attack the defense off the dribble. And if you've got two of your big guys standing on the blocks, taking up space, bringing defense into that area. You don't get that. We space the floor real well, and that makes Devon a better player, makes Eddie, it makes everybody on the floor a better player because, again, you know, you've got space. You can dribble, drive, draw help, and make the next pass. That time, Devon got all the way to the rack. But, I mean, it's because of the spacing. It's the right thing.
Devon hit the first. Lorain up by 14. Second one on the way, good. 9-point first quarter for Devon Andrews.
Devon.
11 seconds left in the period. What a first quarter for Lorain High in their home opener. A 15-point lead, 25-10. Waning seconds of the period, 5 seconds to go. And now
2.9.
Yep, Cleveland Heights turns it over.
There you go. Oh.
Well, the officials weren't quite
got
ready.
to touch the ball. I think that's allowed in Europe, I think.
They get it in. Davis, 3-point runner.
Oh.
No, off the glass. But what a first quarter for Lorain High. They lead Cleveland Heights 25-10. A 15-point lead for the Titans at the end of one. On WLCS TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television.
It's like when you're hungry, it means to be like you don't have any food in your body and you need it to keep you healthy.
The first thing I think about is the people that don't have food.
It means like they're really hungry and they don't have much food inside them.
Hunger is like when you're starving and you don't have any food to eat and you're real hungry. There's this really bad aching pain in your stomach and you really want it to go away.
No kids should go hungry.
25-10. Lorain High with a 15-point lead as we start the second quarter.
Yeah, that's going to be on Eddie.
Eddie Williamson picks up the foul. That'll be Eddie's first in the ball game.
You know, and really, Tim, of their 10 points, 6 of them came because we didn't pick up the ball defensively, and the other one was a stick back they got where when they took the basketball, went over the back and took the ball. I mean, it very easily could be 25-4.
Cleveland Heights, a very
Nice
young
move.
team. Boy, nice little drive and score there by Mike Pettit.
Nice move.
Pettit now has 6.
6'5" junior.
And at the other end, ball lost by Lorain High's Rashad Berry, although Cleveland Heights turns it right back over to the Titans.
Wow, look at Devon. Whoa, get in there.
Ooh, just rolled out, rebound, goes out of bounds. That'll bring a substitution from Cleveland Heights as Chaz Hardin now checks in. Sitting down is John Korincic. Devon down on the block. Had that shot hit the side of the backboard. Out of there with it comes Cleveland Heights. Little floater in the lane, in and out. Ooh, nice offensive rebound as it's saved in. Little hook shot up, bounced out, no good. Rebound grabbed by Tyreek Smith. Boy, he is an active young man. 6'4" freshman.
Wow. You're absolutely right. 6'4" freshman. He really gets after it.
Here's Anthony Smothers back in the game for Lorain High as Rashad Berry will take a seat. Of course, Rashad is Ohio State bound to play football for Urban Meyer next year. I think he can do some damage on a basketball floor as well, though. Big physical presence
They
down
need
in that
size.
paint.
They need size.
13-point lead for Lorain High. Shot from the baseline, a beauty. That's a 3-ball. Grayson Green knocked that one in. And at the other end, a whistle and a foul is called. And it'll be a shooting foul, I believe. Got a hold. And that one is on Devin Leonard. Or excuse me, that's on Hill. So here's Davier Andrews at the line. Davier drains the first. 3 points now for Davier. Makes it 26-15. So Cleveland Heights have scored the first 5 points of that second quarter. Davier in and out on the second. Rebound grab by Lorain High's Naz Bohannon. Out front to Davis. Down in the corner to Davier. 3 ball.
Yes!
Fired in. Davier Andrews gets the 3. 29-15.
You know, we're looking to trap as soon as that ball goes across that 10-second line. There it is. Come on.
Nice job by Kevin Davis.
You know, this little 1-3-1 half-court deal we've got going on here. You know, I'm sure Coach Rossitano went to that because he might have been a little bit worried we might give something up to them in the full court. Wants to make them work.
There's that Tyreek Smith that we talked about earlier. Boy, he's an active player for Cleveland Heights. Only a freshman. Do the foul right there from Rashad Berry. That's on Naz Bohannon. Sorry, Naz Bohannon picks up that foul. That's his first.
Now, Chaz Harden, number 24 for them, with the ball right now, has been their leading scorer in every game. Just a freshman also.
Devon Andrews down the floor and ahead of the pack. Anthony Smothers laid it up and in.
Nice. Nice look.
Nice lead right there by Devon Andrews. As now we got a scrum in the circle. Down on the floor was Chaz Harden. He got tied up, and the possession arrow belongs to Lorain. 31-15. Lorain High with a 16-point lead. Full timeout taken by Cleveland Heights as Lorain High has bolted out to this 16-point advantage.
Well, Tim, I will bet, you know, again, 3 freshmen, all 3 of these freshmen for Cleveland Heights are going to be exceptional, especially in my mind, this Tyreek Smith, the 6'4" that you pointed out, has got such a motor. But they haven't seen heat like this. They don't see it all summer long when they're playing. They play AU, they don't see it. I doubt if they've seen it in their first 3 games. And again, they're freshmen, and I kind of felt, and maybe I'm speaking too early, that the full court heat and the defensive change here to the trapping half-court 1-3-1 would exploit the fact that they are freshmen. Freshmen have a tendency, you know, due to lack of experience, to make some mistakes and turn it over. And thus far, that's what we're seeing, and I think that's been the key of the game thus far. You know, just about every one of our baskets has been off of a turnover or has been in transition, which is just fine. We haven't had to go through the heart of their defense very often.
On the inbounds, Lorain with the basketball as the Andrews play catch, and now out front, Kevin Davis on the weave to Devon Andrews, who hands it off to younger brother Davier.
Again, spread the floor.
Smith, and Smith down the lane, drives and scores.
You know, that offensive concept of spreading the floor, I mean, it's today's basketball. Dribble, drive, draw help, make the next pass. Great.
Strong move to the basket there by Grayson Green, another freshman.
Wow, another freshman.
He drew the foul from Lorain High's Anthony Smothers. And for Smothers, that is his first foul.
Wow.
Grayson Green shooting 2, first one up and in. So Grayson Green with 4 points all here in quarter number 2.
So Tim, they've played all 4 freshmen?
Yes.
We've got to get them off the schedule somehow down the road 3 years from now.
Second one short, offensive rebound though. And left of the lane, putting the shot up and missing it was Mike Pettit. Here comes Lorain High. Davis, left side, Davier shovels it in the lane, and walking with it was Anthony Smothers. Couldn't quite gather himself in the paint. Gets Naz Bohannon back in for the Titans. By By the way, if you are on your way to the Titan Gym some point this season, any of the home games, Joe Bach and I highly recommend the sausage that they're serving down in the concession area. Man, was that good. Ooh, talk about good. Good look right there from Harden on the 3-ball. Wow. Makes it 33-19. Lorain will try to answer. That 3-ball too strong. Hit the guide wire. No whistle. We'll keep playing. 4:35 to go here in the half. But, Bob, that sausage is delectable. I'm telling you, I know you're going to be here for a lot of games. Support that concession stand. Bach wanted 3 more, but I just had to talk him out of it. 4:18 to go in the half, and again, that Lorain pressure really bothering Cleveland Heights.
It's okay. Well, that
foul is called, but you can see where Cleveland Heights just can't solve it.
Right. In the half court, we're taking them out of their comfort zone, and that's what pressure does. So many times, teams are so accustomed when teams play soft. You never take them out of their comfort zone. And really, heat pressure like this, whether it be full court, half court, really takes advantage of the fact that this is still high school basketball, and you don't want to. You can force more mistakes at this level than you could, obviously, down the road. So take advantage of it.
Chaz Harden good on that first free throw. He has 4 points.
They're kind of hanging around, Tim.
They are. Lorain had that early run. Now the margin has stayed about the same, but Lorain hasn't extended that lead out. As Harden hit them both. And I'm sure for Cleveland Heights head coach Andy Sattel, he just wants to see how his team responds, this very young team in a hostile environment. Boy, a nice drive
back
bucket.
cut. That's that spacing again. Who took that to you?
Andrews.
Tim,
and another timeout. I think Cleveland Heights took that timeout.
He did.
35-21. Lorain's lead is 14. Oh, John took it. John Rossentano for Lorain High took that timeout. Bob, there's so much talk about Devon, but I'll tell you what, his younger brother Davier is a critical component to this basketball team. 6'2" junior.
Yeah, he's 6'2". He's going to be back next year. He can shoot it from the perimeter. He can attack the basket. He can be creative around the basket when he gets it there, as we just saw. Davier is a good player. There's no question about that. He's strong, plays under control. In fact, just watching for the second game of the season, we're not forcing too much out there. First open man's getting the basketball. We always talk about that. And, very unselfish play, not forcing anything. I'm impressed. Now, let's not let him back in the game.
Lorain by 14 off that timeout. Cleveland Heights with the basketball. Nice little up and under move, but the shot missed by Pettit, and the ball belongs to Lorain.
We are dominating the glass, though, at both ends, and should. We've got a bit of a size advantage over Heights, and a bit older.
Jamar Ross in the game, so pretty much everybody that's on that varsity roster has now gotten in the ball game for Lorain High.
Now they're picking up full court here. Let's see how aggressive this is. Nice.
One thing Lorain appears to do well, Bob, as you watch it on the screen, they space the floor well.
Oh, yeah, that's the key to the whole thing. Tim, that's basketball today.
Pass knocked out of bounds down low, but for you folks that are watching on TV 20, look at how the Lorain Titans are spread out offensively. They're not all bunched around the basketball.
And that's what opens the whole floor up for dribble drive.
Exactly. In the lane, a scoop and a miss.
Jump
and
ball.
A foul will be called. Oh, they are. No, they're going to call it on Naz. Naz Bohannon picks up that foul.
But
when the official put both fingers up, I thought he might be calling jump ball. But
the days of putting your two big kids on a block and having them pick for each other, those days are over.
You know what, Bob? I think the kids enjoy playing this style, though.
Yeah.
It's wide open. You're going to get your shots. You're going to get your points. It gets everybody involved. At the other end, Tyreek Smith, one of 4 freshman players for Cleveland Heights, hits the first. Tyreek now with 3 in the ball game. 13-point lead right now for Lorain at 35-22. 3:21 to go in the half. 35-23.
That's a nice stroke for a freshman, let me tell you.
Yeah, you can see this Cleveland Heights team, these young players are well schooled.
Yeah,
they just need to develop their skill levels.
Come on, Devon. Now that's a force. That's one of the few forces we've had. There was nothing there. Again, against good athletes.
Here comes Cleveland Heights. They're within 12 as they try to whip it down low, and the ball knocked out of bounds by Rashad Berry.
I'm sorry, Tim. What I was going to say is, against good athletes down at the offensive end, you're not going to get what you want after one pass or two passes. You have to move that defense, reverse the basketball, force them to play. Don't force it.
Lorain with only 10 points here in the second quarter as there's the shot up and in by Pettit.
Tim, they're sticking around.
Yeah, they're within 10. Being harassed in the backcourt, Eddie Williamson fires it over the head of Shane Smith out of bounds. You sense the momentum shifting a little bit, not totally, but Cleveland Heights hanging around.
They cranked up the heat on the last possession, and we turned it over.
Going to get Davier Andrews back in the ball game now for Lorain High. There's that Lorain pressure in the backcourt, but Cleveland Heights, well, just as I was about to say, appears to have at least solved it somewhat. They throw it away as the ball is tossed about a mile high by Chaz Harden.
He's going to try to pick you now. Be careful.
Williamson right to the glass, but he missed the shot. Rebound, Tyreek Smith. Smith gives it off to Pettit. Back to Smith. He got his shot blocked, but the foul is called on Shane Smith. So one Smith fouls another right there.
Tim, is the score correct at 35-25?
That's what I have in my sheet.
That's what you have, okay.
Of course, Bob, it doesn't matter what I have on my sheet or what's up on that board. It's what's in that scorer's book down below. People always think the scoreboard's official. It isn't. It's what's in that scorer's book. And we've seen that play out in games past, where all of a sudden they're conferring at that scorer's table because it doesn't necessarily match the scoreboard. Whistle on that second free throw, and a lane violation is called on Tyreek Smith.
I'll take it. Now come down here, fellas. Let's run an offense. You'll get what you want.
Lorain's lead is 10. Devon Andrews, alley-oop again to Rashad Berry.
Turnover again.
And now Devon drives, scoops, scores, and fouls. Wow. So Devon Andrews with the beautiful feed on the alley-oop to Rashad Berry. And then within seconds, Devon with a chance for a three-point play. Well, what a huge swing. The lead was down to 10.
I wasn't feeling very good about 12 seconds ago. Now I feel great.
And if Devon can hit this one, it's right back to 15. He does. Boy, what a swing right there. That does it for Devon.
Full court pressure forced the turnover. Then forces another one right there.
And we got a tie-up. Possession arrow belongs to
Heights.
Cleveland Heights.
But they're definitely struggling when we pick up full court.
John Rossitano checking in with his scorebook. There's Lacey Reichert keeping the book right down below us. She's a terrific young woman. She really is. There's a steal by Rashad Berry. Nice job getting right in the passing lane. 1:45 to go. Here in the first half, Lorain has pushed it back out to a 15-point lead after Heights had cut it down to 10. And Lorain led by 15 at the end of one. Davis out front with a minute and a half to go in the second quarter. Again, some real nice recognition coming up at the intermission for the football team. Down low. Oh, what a scoop and a score by Rashad Berry.
Penetrate, draw help, make the next pass.
Lorain with a 17-point lead. So they have ripped off 7 straight after Cleveland Heights got it down to 10. On the right side, Pettit fell down, but the ball now into the paint. Shot put up and missed by Smith. Smith and Shane Smith get tied up, and now the possession arrow belongs to Lorain High.
Well, 56 seconds, up 17. I wouldn't hold it. I'd play. It's really tough for high school boys.
It's almost a minute
to hold it for a minute against good athletes. I mean, I just play.
Well, and especially when you're used to playing the style that Lorain plays. I mean,
Right.
You're very patient offensively to begin with, but Lorain wants to get up and down.
I mean, if it gets down to 20 or so, I'd say, okay.
Davier into the lane, left side to Andrews. Well, now we're down to 30 seconds. There's another alley-oop. Andrews to Andrews, missed the first, hits the second. Davier now with 10. 44-25. 9 straight by Lorain. And now Charles Pierre Lewis will get in for the Titans.
That's it.
And
oh,
we got a foul called on Pierre Lewis.
Now. This is big boy basketball.
I was talking to somebody earlier tonight about how differently the LEL is officiated compared to some of the other leagues. They let these kids play in the LEL.
Traditionally, that is the case. I mean, you got, by the way, Tim, the LEL's going to be good. I mean, Cleveland Heights has got a good ball club. Warrensville is good. And I think Bedford and Lorain are the 2 top teams right now at this time. Bedford's going to be very, very tough. Wow.
Hilt with one more coming. 15 seconds to go in the half. Hill line left, spins that basketball. Got the second. Got a 6-point first half.
You know, Tim, I remember when the last time I saw 4 freshmen play varsity. It was Brian Corey, current athletic director, when he was the head coach at Southfield.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
Down to 3 seconds to go. Davier up, no, and that'll end the half. But a terrific first half for the Titans from Lorain High as they lead Cleveland Heights at the intermission, 44-27.
One of my biggest passions in life is animals. That's why I've worked with Morris Animal Foundation for over 40 years. Morris Animal Foundation is a world leader in helping animals live longer, healthier lives. You can too. Just show your support at morrisanimalfoundation.org.
To help cats, dogs, horses, and wildlife live healthier lives, visit morrisanimalfoundation.org, where we are advancing science that will create a healthier tomorrow for animals.
All right, let's get the third quarter started. Cleveland Heights with the basketball, down by 17. They had cut it down to 10, but boy, Lorain High ripped off the final. I shouldn't say the final, but they ripped off 9 straight to go up 19 before Cleveland Heights with the last 2 points of the half.
Good ball fake.
Shot up, no good. Rebound fought for in the corner, and it goes out of bounds. Scoring totals for Lorain High at the half. Davier Andrews with 10. Devon Andrews with a dozen. Rashad Berry with 10. How about that balance? Naz Bohannon with 6. Shane Smith with 2. And Anthony Smothers with 4. Here's Lorain High with the basketball. Devon Andrews dumps it down on the block to Rashad Berry. Out front to Davier Andrews. And they swing it to the opposite side. Bohannon comes to the baseline, feeds it to Rashad Berry. Now they move it around to
There you go.
Naz Bohannon in the lane, put it up, no good. And Bohannon with the tip, no good. Rebound out of bounds, and it went off Lorain High's Davier Andrews.
All right, let's see what we're going to come out with here defensively. Well, it looks like full court pressure. I don't feel the same intensity I felt at the beginning with it, though.
Yep, and there's a miss as Devon Andrews comes out with it down the floor to Berry.
Oh, bang!
Rashad Berry has had a night just dunking the basketball. He's got a dozen.
Travel.
And the turnover gives it back to Lorain. Their lead is 19. That matches their biggest advantage of the ball game. Boy, when Rashad Berry dunks it, he does it with authority.
He does. He gets off the floor well, too. Rashad's about 6'4", 6'5". What do we have him listed as? 6'5"? Explosive jumper. There's that spread the floor.
Davier missed the shot, but the rebound put back up by Rashad, no good. Rebound up high off the glass and good by Bohannon.
See, what happens there, Tim, is when you force the defense to help because you're beating it off the dribble, they can't check out. It's stick back time.
Well, it looked like a clean block right there, but Tyreek Smith fouled. And Tyreek will shoot two.
Ooh. Wow.
Foul is on Rashad Berry. For Rashad, that is his second foul. Free throw up, no good for Tyreek Smith. Tyreek with 4 at the half. Mike Pettit had 8. Yaheel Hill with 6. Chaz Harden with 5. And Grayson Green with 4 for Cleveland Heights. Smith good on the second, so he now has a 5-point ball game. And it's 48-28. Davier, 3-ball. Nope. Rebound loose on the floor, and Devon able to track it down. Nice pass in the lane. Somehow threaded the needle, got it to Rashad Berry, who laid it in. Oh, what a pass by Devon Andrews. 22-point lead. Very impressive home opener for Lorain High, as Cleveland Heights can't convert at the other end.
Well, the key now is, don't get careless, don't get reckless, and play hard. I just, sense we aren't playing quite as hard as we were at the start of the game. Play hard. It's only 32 minutes.
There's a foul called on Cleveland Heights. Nice little runner left of the lane by Naz Bohannon. Well, I'll tell you what.
Another
Lorain
turnover.
They turn it over. You can sense where Cleveland Heights has lost focus now. They're down 24. And it's tough to stay mentally in a game when you feel as though you're beaten 2 minutes into the third quarter. Williamson behind him to Naz Bohannon. Boy, great ball movement. And Devon had the 3 roll in and out, but Davier.
Oh, that's a foul now.
As he tried to put back.
Well,
you got to love the movement of the ball, Bob.
I love the reversal of the basketball, the spacing, the movement, the unselfishness. If we could shoot it a little bit from the perimeter, and that may come, be fairly complete offense.
Davier, first one up and in. That's 11 tonight for Davier Andrews. And now Anthony Smothers checks back in.
Well, it's nice when you can go to the bench and bring off, an athletic 6'7" in Smothers.
Davier good on the second. A nice balance tonight from Lorain High. Davier with 12, Devon with 12, Rashad with 14, and Bohannon with 10. 4 guys in double figures. in the lane. Shot off the glass, no good. Rebound put back up, short. Rebound loose on the floor. Cleveland Heights still with it. 3 ball out front.
Wow.
Short.
Okay.
And out of there with it, Bohannon. And now Bohannon double dribbled the basketball.
You know, everybody keeps talking about Chaz Harden, number 24, the freshman, who's been their leading scorer. Again, I don't want to be critical. He's got to get that shot up. You're not going to be able to shoot that hip shot from the waist against the big guys.
54-28. It is all Lorain. They jumped out to a 15-point lead at the end of one. Cleveland Heights got it down to 10 in the second quarter, but then Lorain ripped off 9 straight and led by 17 at the half. And they've pushed it out to 26 here in the third. Right there, Pettit foul. Well, quite the performance by Lorain High tonight. Of course, John Rossitano won't let them rest on their laurels for too long. They've got Maple Heights on Friday night and Elyria Catholic on Saturday night.
And Maple's pretty decent. Cleveland Heights has played Maple. It was less than a 10-point. It was a 68-61 game. That's it. It was a 7-point game. So, you know, Maple's pretty good. And Maple's well coached. They're organized. They slow you down.
Javier, nice jumper from the baseline. 56-30. Lorain by 26. Little scoop shot missed. A rebound grabbed by Lorain High. As Shane Smith back in. They get it down the floor quickly, as they've done all night, although there's a steal by DeMario Mason now in the game for Cleveland Heights. Top of the key jumper, that's right there. Hill now with 8. Makes it 56-32. Here's Davis right to the rack. Nope, but he got fouled. And Davis a little slow to get up underneath that basket to our left. Bob, the thing I like about Lorain here in the third quarter, they've extended the lead.
Yeah.
And you don't mean that in any way unsportsmanlike, you know, that they're pouring it on, but they're not giving Cleveland Heights any hope of getting back in it.
Right, right. And, you know, I agree with you, Tim, but I sense a little bit of the intensity edge is off for both teams. And, of course, you know, some of that's human nature. But I don't think either team is playing quite as hard now as we were at the onset. The key here, you know, you're up by 25 or so, is you don't want to get sloppy. I mean, you want to continue to do what you do and do it well. Don't get into bad habits. You know, don't force things. Just play. I mean, and so many teams have the tendency to relax and get a little sloppy and force stuff. Don't do that. Continue to play hard, under control.
Nice speed right there. As the shot was made.
See, and that's exactly what I'm talking about right there. I mean, is that going to go their way? Yeah. I mean, there's no reason for that at this point, or at any point. I mean, make the easy pass. First open man gets the basketball. We've been saying that for 15 years, and it's so true.
There's a drive and a miss. Out of there with it, Cleveland Heights. They quickly head to the other end. And now we got a pinball down on that baseline, finally retrieved by the Tigers. And a shot put up and in underneath. Boy, somehow they were able to get it into Chaz Harden.
Well, that was a pretty good cut from the wing, from the ball side wing. Cut across the Lorain High defender's face, made himself available. Well done.
And now we have an offensive foul called on Davis.
Well, and that's it, Tim. You know, I know Coach Gillum down there and Coach Rossitano very well, and they don't want to see the caliber of play deteriorate. You know, and even though you're up by 21 right now, I mean, I could see taking a timeout, man, just to get troops in line.
Left of the lane, shot high off the glass, no good, but a whistle and a foul. Bob, I remember a coach telling me at one time There is absolutely no way that a high school basketball player can play for 8 straight minutes at the highest level.
I
if they tell
totally
you,
agree. I don't know if any player can play really hard with maximum intensity at an effort few people realize is out there for 8 minutes. I don't think anybody can. I think a high school player can do it for about 3.5 minutes. That's about it. Especially the way the game is being played now. Back when I played, it was the custom to jog up and down the floor and sit back in his zone, and you never got tired. But I mean, but the way the game is played now, you know, with so much more intensity and effort and speed, I think 3.5 minutes is about the max you can do it. That's why you need numbers, and I think that's one of the strengths that Lorain High has this year. They can, and we've seen it already in this game, they can go 10 deep and really not miss a beat.
Here comes Devon Andrews to the forecourt. Nice feed down low to Bohannon. Shovels it off. Shot put up. And no foul called. Boy, it looked like Jamar Ross got hit pretty hard, but out of there with it, Ross. And now he's called for a travel for being down on the floor and trying to roll out of pressure.
Come on now. Okay, we're going back to that 1-3-1. It's kind of, I'm not exactly sure what they're doing here. I know they're going to trap it if it crosses the 10-second line, but just a kind of containment here. Don't give up a layup. Force Cleveland Heights to run an offense.
Nice jumper from the right wing as Mike Pettit knocked that one in. He's in double figures. He's got a dozen tonight. And now as Devon Andrews comes to the forecourt, a whistle and a foul.
Well, that's their 5th team foul. Both teams are going to be at the line early in this one.
Bohannon to inbound right at the half-court line. Lobs it in the backcourt to Eddie Williamson. Eddie was one of those football players they talked about at the half. And as Eddie came into the lane, we'll get a reach-in foul.
That's foul number 6. Go to the line on the next one.
What a great year he had as the Titan quarterback, speaking of Eddie Williamson. And Dave McFarland basically put the ball in his hands and said, run the offense, young man. And boy, he was superlative at it. Devon Andrews thought about the 3, now tries to spin and lost the basketball. At the other end, driving and missing the shot for Cleveland Heights was Eddie. Back comes Bohannon, left side.
Rashad wanted a lob.
Yep. And now it's getting sloppy as Lorain High.
Look up the floor, Nas.
At the other end, there's the lob to Devon Andrews, who simply laid it up in there.
See, as we know, we just said, Coach Rossitano just took a timeout. And you say, well, you're up by 20. Why take a timeout? This is to get him organized. He doesn't like what he's seen in the last 4 minutes. Doesn't want to see the caliber of play, decline. And he's taking a timeout to get him organized. And I think it's a good one. Good TO.
Well, and this is a timeout here, Bob, that it's not necessarily even a timeout for this game tonight. It's for future play to say, listen, guys, you don't want, as you've said, to get sloppy, whether it's this game tonight or whether we're in a 6 or 8 point game 4 or 5 games down the road. You've got to maintain your level of play throughout.
Exactly, and play hard. And we've both noticed that the level of intensity isn't quite what it was in the first half. I mean, let's crank it up. Now, I'm not saying you run somebody out of the gym, and the gentlemanly thing to do when you're up by 20 or so in the fourth quarter is you take your pressure off. You don't pick up full court. But that doesn't mean that you sub, but that doesn't mean you don't play with, really hard in your half-court defense. And that's what most coaches do. I'm sure John will take the full court heat off. You won't see man on the ball, 2 guys in denial and 2 guys in the passing lanes probably for the rest of the game. And that's, well, I should take that back because we're doing it right now.
Well, you may wait till they get to the fourth. I don't have a problem with this. And I don't think most coaches would. You get to the fourth quarter, you're up into the 20s, then you call it off. There's the runner in the lane and a pretty shot.
That's the first time.
Chaz Harden.
First time they've made us pay for pressing.
Eddie Williamson right to the other end. A little teardrop and then the alley-oop to Rashad Berry. He missed it, but Devon Andrews grabs the loose ball right side to Eddie. Got it down low to Bohannon in the lane to Rashad. Hooked it up, missed it, got it back, put it up, no. Devon Andrews cleans up and pops it in. A minute to go. Lorain by 20 as we wind down this third quarter. There's a pass that goes high into the air, and Rashad Berry commits the foul.
Not a bad foul, but Rashad was doing the right thing. He was looking to go through the passing lane. That will be our 5th team foul only.
And now for Lorain High.
How many fouls? I'm a terrible stat guy, Tim. How many is that on Rashad?
3.
3? Okay. It's on the scoreboard? Yeah. Oh.
Left wing jumper, too strong. Rebound grab by Naz Bohannon. Had it knocked out of his hands. Retrieves it. Gets it to Eddie Williamson. Fires ahead to Devon Andrews. Devon protecting the basketball. Floats it down low to Williamson. Pops it out front to Davier Andrews.
Well,
I think John Rossitano is going to say, let's wind some clock here.
They're going to play for one here with 31 seconds left in the quarter.
And Lorain up by 20, 61-41. Devon behind them to Eddie Williamson. We're down to 20 seconds to go.
Guys off the ball have to make strong cuts in this situation. You can't stand and defend yourself.
13 seconds to go. Devon, top of the key. Ooh, they got Devon for an offensive foul. Threw that arm out there. John Rossitano doesn't like it. As we look on the monitor, John letting the officials know he didn't agree. So 8.9 to go in the quarter. Cleveland Heights down by 20. Here's Harden, 6 on the clock. Harden to the right wing, right of the lane, the runner, short, rebound, Williamson. And he may have gotten away with a walk, didn't matter, buzzer sounded. It's all Lorain, they're up 20, 61-41 Titans as we head to the fourth. You're watching a special presentation of Lorain Titan basketball on WLCS TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television.
Hi, I'm Kevin Sorbo asking you to invest in the future. A World Fit for Kids is the best way I know to spread health, fitness, and education to our children.
Join our team. Log on now to worldfitforkids.org.
Help make this world
a world without obesity. A world where kids are ready to learn. A world where kids are healthy.
This is my world.
We're down to 8 minutes to go in this one as we start the fourth quarter. Lorain with a 20-point lead. Their home opener tonight against Cleveland Heights in this Lake Erie League matchup. And 6 seconds into the quarter, we've got a foul called on Cleveland Heights.
Let's go put Eddie Williamson at the line. Bonus situation for Lorain High.
Eddie Williamson has not scored tonight. And he still hasn't. Misses that free throw, but the rebound Bohannon, but he missed the shot off the glass. Loose ball out front, grabbed by Cleveland Heights. Nice pass down the floor, and driving and scoring is Hill, and Hill now with 11. Makes it 61-43.
Come on, fellas, you got to move. Pass, cut, fill. Let's go.
Devon Andrews falling down, but a block is called, and that'll put Devon at the line. So here's Andrews, line left. Devon was 16 tonight, and he's still stuck on 16 as that free throw is missed, but the ball still belongs to Lorain. Bob, a couple of times tonight, it looks like that ball is at the guide wire, but the officials have simply let him play through it.
I have seen some call it and some can't. We're going to run this out of bounds play. Watch. I'll bet Devon steps. Nope. They run this little play where he steps back in and posts up. Thought we might see it there. foul.
Davier, nice little body English move underneath.
Right.
Didn't get the shot to fall, but wormed his way to the hoop and picked up the foul. Davier with 14 tonight.
Davier's a pretty good free throw shooter. So early in the season, we don't have stats, but I bet he's going to be over 70% this year.
Well, he misses
as
that
I just jinxed him, hit the front of the rim.
Lorain's been missing some free throws here in the fourth quarter. Second one's good by Davier. He now has 15 in the game. Lorain's first point here in the fourth quarter. Their lead is 19. Well, let's hope this doesn't become a foul fest for the last 7 minutes.
Heights at the line. They two now. Also, they're in the bonus, and you're right. This could be a long quarter, Tim.
I've got homework, Bob.
Well,
some of these kids do too. And really think about Cleveland Heights. They've got a long bus ride back.
They do, but there's no excuse for the reaching foul. You have to move your feet. A lot of players think, well, they're going to reach and pick somebody. That doesn't happen against anybody any good. The steals and turnovers come when you pressure the ball and that player makes a bad pass and your teammate is alert enough to run through the passing lane. I mean, you aren't going to pick somebody, so stop reaching. You get off balance. Somebody blows by you to the basket. Head on the basketball. That'll get it done.
Here's Naz Bohannon. Off on the right side to Davis. He lobs it out front. Ball tip, but grabbed by Davier. He's in traffic with nowhere to go. Somehow threaded the needle back to Davis, who hands it off to Devon Andrews. Devon on the right wing. Pass out front. That was just
a
pass that didn't have enough mustard on it and taking advantage. And scoring was Yahil Hill.
Well,
and that brings a timeout from Cleveland Heights.
We're down to 15, and one of the reasons why Coach Settle took that timeout is they're going to pick up with. He wanted to get their defense set. They're going to make their, he's not going to sit on those timeouts and waste them. I mean, he's going to use them right now. They're going to come out with some kind of full court pressure on this dead ball situation, try to force another turnover. I mean, he feels they're not out of it, and truth be told, they aren't. I mean, force a couple turnovers, get it in single digits, and we've got a ball game again. On the other hand, Lorain High, we can't be lazy with the basketball. Not against good athletes.
See, and here's John Rossitano really coaching up the Titans right now, saying, guys, I'd love to give you guys a rest here for the last 6 minutes, but until you show me you can push this thing back out and salt this one away. And you're right, Bob. I think they've just lost some focus here.
Well, I always look at body language and so forth, and I can just see it in our body language. We're not into it.
Well, again, they were up 15 at the end of one, stretched it out to 19 in the second.
Right. And we're at
I believe it was well over 20 in the third. I don't have a running score going tonight, but I think it was in the mid-20s.
But we're at 15 now, so it's basically been an even ball game since.
Right. Here's Davier right down the lane, got it underneath, and Bohannon fumbled it.
Come on, get your hands above your waist, post people, big guys. When you make yourself available, catch the basketball. It's a foul.
And Davis is going to be called for a foul. Lorain now at 18 fouls. I think that's 4 on Davis. That's 4, yep. Kevin Davis picks up his 4th. And here's Hill, who has a 13-point ball game.
Well, one of the things you don't want when you're up comfortably in the fourth quarter is for the other team to cut the lead with the clock not moving.
Devon Andrews takes a seat. Shane Smith back in for the Titans. Second free throw right on the mark.
Okay, I mean, we're down to 13. I mean, another couple of quick baskets for Heights at single digits, and boom, we've got a ball game.
Lorain Lorraine High moving the basketball around the perimeter. Davis in the right corner heads to the baseline, now out front.
Good curl
There's a
cut
nice
off
cut,
the
and
pick.
Javier Andrews scores.
That was a pick away, nice curl cut right down the lane.
Good strong move to the basket by Javier Andrews.
See, Tim, our full court pressure isn't what it was in the first half, and we're not getting those baskets. That's one of the differences between the first and the second half. We're not forcing those turnovers and scoring off their mistakes.
Here comes Bohannon. Look out. He's a runaway train. Up nobody. Got fouled. I'll tell you what, if I'm the defender at the other end, my eyes just get as wide as saucers when I see Ness Bohannon coming at me. Wow.
I mean, that's pretty good. A 6'5", 6'4", 6'5" sophomore bringing it on the dribble like that. I mean, it's pretty good.
Nice one up and in.
Nice lift on his shot also.
Bohannon with 11. Well, to say that me and the scoreboard don't agree on Naz Bohannon, see, that's why.
Another good football player, Tim.
Yes, very good.
Nice stroke from the line there on those two. Now don't reach, head on the ball, let's contain it, make them run an offense.
We're down to 5 minutes to go. Lorain has pushed it back out to 17, although there's a bucket right there by Cleveland Heights. Gets it to a 15-point game at 66-51.
Good back cut.
Nice ball movement there, and there's Berry with another dunk. Boy, Rashad Berry, he's had several slam dunks tonight, and he now has 18 points in the ball game.
Five-second call. I agree with the coach.
Oh, nice head and shoulder fake, and the shot put up and in by Tyreek Smith. Here comes Lorain. Berry, nice dish underneath. Javier Andrews with a reverse layup. That's good. And Lorain takes a timeout. Javier now with 19. So Lorain again has shoved it back out to a 17-point advantage. And John Rossitano with the timeout right here.
Well, I think the timeout, I mean, we've given up some dribble drive penetrations and so forth down at the other end where they've scored very easily. I think, you know, Coach Rossitano is talking about two things. On offense, keep the ball moving, you know, spacing, don't stand and defend yourself, as a lot of teams do when they're up. And on the other end, I mean, contain the basketball. You have to stop the ball in transition. You have to contain it on the perimeter. You know, don't reach, keep your balance, step, slide, and because really Cleveland Heights on their last 4 or 5 possessions or scores, I mean, they've just been too easy. And most of it's been on, you know, dribble drive.
(70-53). Lorain with a 17-point lead. They jumped out early. They've never really been threatened, although as Bob has referred, Cleveland Heights has never quite been dead and buried here tonight. Lorain has let the Tigers hang around a little bit. Shot in the lane, nope. Rebound out of bounds, still belongs to Cleveland Heights.
Mike Pettit there, number 1 for them, 6'5" junior. I mean, he's a good player too. I mean, he's going to be good next year also. Pretty skilled in what he just did, even though it didn't go in.
That's a nice up and under move by Pettit right there.
He's got really nice footwork. I mean, we saw right there.
There's Naz Bohannon getting away from pressure. Out front to Shane Smith. And now the ball knocked out of Eddie Williamson's hands. Eddie went back and got it. Fired it ahead to Naz Bohannon. Right side. And now Eddie fouled out front.
Good choice there not to take the 3.
It's that old term situation basketball. Yep. You need to know score and clock.
That's right.
And at the line, Eddie Williamson still looking for that first point tonight. And he got it. Into the ball game. comes Devon Andrews as Davier sits down.
Davier's had a nice ball game, Tim. I mean, he's pretty nifty around the basket. I mean, he gets his body up and is able to adjust and get a good shot off. I mean, he's 6'2", but still, I mean, he pretty nifty moves there around the basket by Davier.
Eddie missed the second, but not sure if we had a lane violation or a foul called. Yeah, we got a foul called on Cleveland Heights. So now we'll have another free throws situation for Lorain.
Wow. Coach Suttle is arguing with the officials, pointing to the other end of the floor. He's claiming that, you know, they're getting hacked and whacked and it's not getting called.
Now Naz Bohannon at the free throw line. First one up.
Oh, come on.
Just nothing but oxygen on that.
Just after we were praising Naz's free throw stroke.
Second one is good. Bohannon with 9. Makes it 72-55. So Lorain up by 17 with 3:20 to go.
Dribble drive again.
And the shot was missed. Here comes Barry.
Oh,
and he's
now.
fouled as he went to the basket.
Coach Rossitano's calling for intentional flagrant there. Wow, that's a tough call. Tough call. I'd have to see it again.
It was a hard foul. Yeah. I'm not sure I would go flagrant right there, though.
The officials are disagreeing with the Lorain High coaching staff.
So Rashad Berry at the free throw line. 18-point game tonight for Rashad. Just over 3 minutes to go in this one. Lorain up 72-55. Rashad line left. First one up and in. Rashad with 19. That ties Davier Andrews. Again, that's my score sheet. I'm not official. Rashad misses the second.
Yeah, they're going to get Naz there for going over the back. That's going to put them at the line. Come on now. You don't want to foul 84 feet away from the basket.
Somewhere I'm off 3 points there, Bob. That's why my score sheet isn't official. I was dead on through 3 quarters.
Tim,
something's gone horribly wrong here in the fourth.
The simple fact that you can keep score and call the game just freaks me out. because I hardly know the players' names, and I've got to concentrate. And if somebody told me to keep score and also, you know, call the game, I would be at a total loss.
Actually, I'm only 2 points off. That'll really bother me, too.
It's amazing. If I was doing it, we'd be 22 points off.
We're down to 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Lorain with the basketball. And speaking of 3, it looks like Lorain is heading to 3-0 as they move it around the perimeter, killing some clock. Here's Bohannon on the shovel to Devon Andrews, left of the lane, in the lane, put it up, no, tipped it up and in. Devon Andrews.
Turn around, fellas.
18. That jumper right on the mark for 3 by John Karinsik. 2.5 left, and Devon down on the floor. Bounces it to Eddie Williamson. Alley-oop to Barry, but that time he couldn't convert. Out of there with it comes Cleveland Heights. Karinsik heads to the baseline, cut off, fouled as he went up. I'll find it before we're done. 2:17 to go. And at the free throw line is Karincic.
What if your book is right and the official score is wrong? There's that possibility.
Well, I thought I had Bohannon for more than that scoreboard showing. That's where I think the difference might be, actually. But because they have up on the scoreboard Bohannon with 9, and I thought he had more than that. And I'm off by 2, so that might be where it is. But it matters little because Lorain is up now by 15 with 2:17 to go. I think if you were to ask John Rossitano after the game, how would you grade this one? I think he'd probably be in that B category. He loved the start. I'm not sure he would like the end.
I think he'd, A minus, B plus first half.
Right.
And then second half, maybe a C minus.
Davis.
It's been an even ball game, really exactly even since the end of the first quarter.
Lorain working that ball around the perimeter. Killing clock as we're down to 1:45 to go. Titans by 15. Bohannon fouled. Bohannon back to the charity stripe. Double bonus time now. Shooting 2.
So when you're trying to hold the ball, and we did a good job of it there for about 10 seconds, the offensive players 1 or 2 passes away cannot stand behind the defense and defense themselves. I mean, they've got to make themselves available. If you're denied, you have to back cut. I mean, you never fight pressure. And so a lot of times it looks like, well, a ball handler might have, picked up his dribble or he's not handling it strongly. Well, the players off the ball have got to move. I mean, you've got to make yourself available. Can't stand.
Bohannon split the pair. So Lorain now by 16. 3 ball. Beauty. Nice shot.
Well, they're taking a timeout here. Now, I respect what the coach just did there for Cleveland Heights. I mean, they're down by 13. There's a minute 33 left. They just hit a 3. He's trying to teach his kids now how to play, how to win. And I wouldn't be surprised again to see him come out here with some kind of a, very aggressive, full court defense, in the dead ball situation. But a lot of coaches will say, down by 13, only a minute left, just let it unfold. This guy's trying to teach. This is a teaching moment here. He said, in close games, we're going to score. We're going to stop the clock. We're going to set our defense. Let's see how they come out and pick up.
Do you know what, Bob?
Yeah.
That's why Cleveland Heights is Cleveland Heights.
Yeah, right.
That's how winning programs are built.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. He coaches the full 32 minutes.
Better believe it. And Heights has got it down to 13. It was in the mid-20s as far as the advantage for Lorain in the third quarter. And Cleveland Heights is just running out of clock as we're down to 1:20 left. And again, Lorain High passing that ball around the perimeter, spreading the floor.
Coach has 4 guards in the game, only 1 big.
Xavier Andrews had it knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. And Cleveland Heights will now use their final timeout. And I think Coach Sattel saying right here, I wanted a foul.
Yeah, well, he's playing situation basketball. They're down by 13, but he's playing it like they're down by 3. And you've got to respect that. And the other thing I noticed is I watch him, for the people at home, go to the games, watch the coaches, watch timeout situations, look at body language, see how attentive the players are. I see both benches right now. Every player is focused 100%. The Cleveland Heights kids are down by 13 with only 30 seconds left. But I'm telling you, the coach owns the huddle there, and that's a good sign. And he's playing it as if they're down by 3 rather than 13 because he's trying to teach those young kids how to compete.
Exactly. Especially when you have 4 freshmen on your roster.
Right.
These are all teachable moments right here.
That's right.
Lorain High on the inbounds. As we approach the 1-minute mark, we're actually at 1:01 as Davis is fouled. So Davis back at the stripe. Kevin Davis is at the stripe. Kevin with a single point tonight.
Well, 4 guards in the lineup, as I pointed out, along with Anthony Smothers.
Davis hits the first.
This is the we're going to hold the ball lineup. And it might become 5 guards on this sub. No, it's not.
Bob, I don't have a number for this.
I don't
young
either.
man.
I'm looking for number 12 and I can't find it either.
Krasinik 3-ball, way off the mark. Rebound grab by Lorain High. Titans by 14. Heights still pressuring, and fouled is Davier Andrews with 46.7 on the clock.
Well, you said it's Maple coming up.
Yes.
And that was a 7-point, 8-point game against Heights, so they're decent. And then I know this. I know EC wanted to play us this year.
As Davier Andrews hits the first. EC's got a nice ball club. I don't know if they can match up size-wise with this Lorain team, but they've got some shooters.
Can they handle pressure, though? Can they handle the heat?
I think they're about to find out.
See, that's the thing, Tim. You know, I hate to name drop, but he's such a good friend of a lot of guys here in Lorain. Kevin Mackey, I mean, he was always selling pressure defense and full court heat, and he says, look, he goes, you don't realize the opposition cannot prepare for it. They can't duplicate it at practice.
Right.
And that's key.
And Lorain High down to 20 seconds to go is going to kill the final seconds off the clock and win this one by 12. 78-66, we're down to 10 seconds left. As with the basketball out front is Charles Pierre Lewis. 3, 2, 1, and that does it. Lorain High has gone to 3-0 on the year. The Titans with a 78-66 win over Cleveland Heights. The Tigers suffered their first setback of the season, and they are now 3-1 on the campaign. But the Titans with an impressive win here tonight in their home opener, Bob.
Yeah, Tim, I totally agree. Very impressive, especially the way they came out in that first quarter. I mean, the intensity of the full court heat. I mean, they forced the turnovers, what we talked about in the open, scored off those turnovers and scored in transition and really put themselves in position up by 15 at the end of one to, play the rest of the game out. They didn't have to compete as much as they did in that first quarter.
Again, 78-66. Lorain wins it. We'll wrap it all up after this on WLCS TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television.
Ohio State is saving lives every day.
This is Ohio State.
We're the economic engine of the state, a major employer.
Over 60,000 students. We're on the forefront of cancer research. An educational core of Ohio.
Impacting tens of thousands daily.
Our alumni organization is nearly 500,000 worldwide.
This is Ohio State.
This is Ohio State.
Ohio State.
This is the Ohio State University.
Welcome back to Lorain High as we put the finishing touches on this one. Lorain High goes to 3-0 on the year with a 78-66 win over Cleveland Heights. Bob, they jump out to the big early lead at the end of one, extended out in the second quarter, and then even further in the third before somewhat letting Cleveland Heights back in this one. But, boy, there were glimpses tonight of how special this Lorain High team could really be this season.
You can just see, and Tim, you're absolutely right. There were glimpses of how special they can really be. Remember, they're just learning how to play this way, and we might have been a little bit critical of not playing the full 32, but this is something they're going to learn, and you can just imagine if you envision all that intensity and effort that we saw in the first quarter, extending that for a full game, how impressive it would be. And the rest of the Lake Erie League, had better take note. This is a good Lorain High team, And as I said in the pregame, this is going to be a very good season.
And the type of game that coaches love. They win it,
yeah,
but a lot to work on.
Oh, yeah, right. There's a dribble. We got to work on dribble drive. We've got to work on checking out. Oh, yeah, there's a ton of things to work on. But again, it's the third game of the season for us, and in a new system defensively and offensively. I'm quite pleased and very impressed.
Well, Bob, as we said throughout the ballgame, it's the official scorebook at the table that's always correct, because now they show it on the board as 79-66. So that's our official final, 79-66.
So you were right the whole time?
I think I was, actually.
Amazing.
But hey, it is what it is.
But Tim, hey.
My friend, a pleasure.
My pleasure. Let's do it
I love working with you. Absolutely. Thanks to Joe Bach and, of course, Brian Corey and everybody here at Lorain. Again, the Titans go to 3-0 on the year, 79-66, as they knock off Cleveland Heights here at the Titan Gym. For everybody here at WLCS, thanks so much for watching. And from Lorain High School, so long, everybody.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools, TV 20 WLCS.
To purchase a high-quality copy of the program you just viewed, please call Lorain City Schools Television at 282-8400.